All right. So this is just a voluntary service that we're just starting in order to kind of spread the use of computer out there, and equally to help others that they are in need in order to prepare for exams, prepare for presentations, prepare for an interview. And equally, we are available at every point in time to help at any given point for an interview, for exam preparations, for PowerPoint presentations, for uh, any other thing that probably it's within our reach. And but aside the free classes, any other services that comes in, that any individual comes in to kind of, okay, he wants us to help, we will always help, but then that comes with a service fee. So we will going to charge a service fee if anybody comes in that, okay, he wants us to prepare an interview, he wants us to help for job applications and any other thing that the person wants, we are going to charge some services for that options. But for these ones, this is a free course that we are offering, and this free course it takes for over 3 months. 3 months, and this 3 months we'll be having sessions every Sunday, at least 1 hour session. At least 1 hour session. And our goal is to make this live on Facebook, but for the time being, we have technical difficulties, of which next week we will try to sort that out and we'll be live on Facebook. So if this is a recorded video, and anybody who comes across this recording video and you're interested in these sessions and any other thing that we do, you're interested in our services, do well to leave us a message on Facebook. You can send us a message on on Instagram. You can equally send us a message on Messenger. And we have our number as well available on Facebook. We equally have our email address. If you want to send us an email with your services, you want to apply jobs, you have some friends that probably live out of Cameroon, they live out of the US, they are somewhere that they are facing job issues, you can do well to reach out to us. We'll be able to assist in any way we can. So please, if you come across this video, do well to share with your friends, invite your friends to our platform, and help us grow this environment, and we'll equally be of your service. All right, so that being said, I will allow Joyce to kind of go through some few things that we do, and then before I continue with the notes that I have for today. All right, Joyce, go ahead.
Good afternoon to everyone.
Good afternoon.
Okay, apart from the free training Kana Cloud services, Kana Cloud solution offer, we have some various services that we also offer here at Kana Cloud Solutions. Those services include the job application, as earlier said. We do job application that's not limited to only computer or tech. If you want us to do your job application, being it in the medical field, in banking and finance, you reach out to us, and all you need to do is to give us all your information, tell us the type of job that you want and your resume attached to it. So from there we help to apply and follow up with your emails and any other thing related to the job application. Also, we also help in resume building and CV optimization. We know back here in Africa and Cameroon, especially, we deal with CVs. So we help to optimize your CV. Some people do have difficulties in getting jobs due to their resume and their CVs. You might keep applying for jobs and you are unable to get it, and you'll be like, this company did not take me, of which my CV was very excellent, of which it was not really up to the job description. Your CV was not really optimized in such a way that you will be able to have that job. So we help in that aspect. So if you want to apply a job and you feel like if you apply, they're not going to take you. You reach out to us. We help you to optimize your CV and we'll send it back to you so that you can proceed with your job application. Also, if you want us to build your resume, this is for those out there in UK, US, Canada. If you have any difficulties, because those there, they might be busy and you don't have time to do all that, we'll assist also in that. We help to build a resume and make it to be optimal. Also, we also offer services like we also do Azure Database Administration training, that's cloud administration training, and on-prem SQL database administration. With these trainings, all of them are online. It's not on-site. We deal mostly with online trainings. So if you want to take the Azure or the on-prem database administration training, you reach out to us and we are going to guide you through, and any other thing related to computer. That's the computer basic. If you have difficulties, as I earlier said, in walking yourself through your computer and any other thing, reach out to us. We also offer services in data analysis, not forgetting. We help analyze data, most especially for those in school. You have projects, and at the end of your project, you need to analyze your data and all the rest. We also help in analyzing data. So for now, I will end here and I will hand over to Mr. Clovis to continue from here. Thank you.
Thank you, Joyce, for that eloquent presentation. So we'll continue from here. We have each session, we have materials that we do teach. And this 3-month session I'm referring to, it's a free computer basics. We just deal with computer basics. Anything related to computer basic that most people out there, they are kind of still struggling with it. We are here offering it for free. And this will take for 3 months. And after 3 month sessions, we're still going to have the next session coming up after the 3 month session. So in any way you come across, just do refer to friends, refer to family members, so they can equally benefit from these free sessions. All right, so computer basics, 12 weeks intensive course. So these 3 months, within these 3 months, it means we have 12 weeks of sessions that we're going to take each week on Sundays. And we might tweak a little bit based on the time or the date, but then each week we'll have only one session each week. So a comprehensive introduction to computing fundamentals, scheduled 1 day per week. Approach is hands-on, labs, and guided instructions. So since we have just 1 week, one session per week, most of the things we're going to be doing, we're going to be guiding. We're not going to give detailed information, but we know, because sometimes some people, even myself, I've gone through that stage. Sometimes we do face some challenges because we don't know how to go about it. We don't know who we can reach out to ask. But now here, we are at your disposal in order to give these free sessions, and then it will equally prompt anybody to kind of do more research, and then you come back to us, come to the group or in Facebook or wherever, you ask questions. So that is our goal. Our goal is to make everybody around us and beyond, to kind of like get related to one or two things. So at least we all move together. So we have one other person who have joined, Vanessa, welcome. So Vanessa, we've started already, and then we will have, I think about 10 to 15 minutes already gone, and we have a recording. We are going to share that to the group, so you can go through the very first sessions, the very first part of the class. You can equally refer your friends, your family, and then we'll move on. So before you join, what we are talking about, we have 3 months of free course that we do offer. And these 3 months of free course, we are going to have 12 weeks, and each week we have one class per week. We might tweak a little bit within the course of this session. And either we switch from Sunday or any other date, we will still have one session per week. And then our goal, it's just going to be guiding. We are just going to be guiding every other persons that you join as much as we can. And equally, at the end of every session, we are going to kind of give out assignments. These assignments will help us on kind of determine that, okay, somebody out there is really willing and is working on improving and is working on either taking whatever step forward from where you are at the moment. So that is what we'll be doing here. So at any given point, you have a concern, anybody has a concern, have a questions, you reach out to the group, you can reach out to me directly, or you can reach out to Joyce, or you can send us a message on Instagram or Facebook. Now, our course objective. With this course, we don't require any prerequisite. We don't require any prerequisites. There's nothing that you must do before you join, or there's nothing that you must do before you start the labs or whatsoever thing. The reason why we're saying that there are no prerequisites is because if you kind of want to start today with SQL Server, you want to start with cloud computing, you want to start with any other thing, there are prerequisites attached to that. If you want to start with SQL Server on-prem, the prerequisite will be like, you need to be computer literate, right? You need to know most of this computer system, how it does, or you need to have a required system, storage, and whatsoever thing you can think of. You need to have those available before you start. But with this one, we even encourage anybody. You can even use a tablet, you can use a smartphone. You take down notes and all of these things. Even if you don't take down notes, the theoretical part will also give you some understanding once it comes to computer basic. There are a bunch of things out there that we might not touch everything, but it's going to help a lot. The second thing our objective is build essential computer literacy. We know there are a lot of other persons out there, and with our generation right now, everything is going digital. Everything is going digital. So we must be at least knowledgeable in order to operate computer basics. Just to you'll be able to turn on your computer, do one or two things with your computer, even your smartphone. Your smartphone is also a computer. It's part of a computer. That's one of the type of computers. Your smartphone, tablet, those are equally the types of computer. So there are a lot of different things that we must kind of be knowledgeable about it. Even just using your smartphone, you can apply for jobs. Using your smartphone, you can build your resume. Using a smartphone, you can respond to emails. So all of these things, it's part of our program here. It's part of what we want to kind of spread it out there for free. It's a free service. Develop proficiency in office applications. Some of those office applications that you must know about it and whatsoever thing. Like out there, you will see some jobs that says database or data entry, that they need someone for data entry. Data entry doesn't need you to kind of be a graduate in a university. It doesn't need you to be like kind of know a lot in computing, but just the basic. If you just know the tools that you can use for data entry, you'll be able to even apply for a job out there. There are some of these jobs is just part-time. You can be doing that and be doing any other thing. You can even use a phone to apply those jobs. Sometimes when you apply those jobs and they recruit you, they will provide you a machine for that particular job. They will provide you most of those things that you can use. So it's very important we kind of get acquaintance with most of these things around us, most of these things in our generation, and the only thing for you to do, the only thing we require for any other person joining this session is for you to be serious. Because we don't want to come here and then kind of waste our time, and then you go out there, you ask a question, or maybe nobody is when you give an assignment to like, okay, just go through this, do this, it's going to help you for this, do that, it's going to help you for that, and then we don't have anybody who will be able to kind of prove that yes, we are here and we're doing something serious. The only thing we need is just that encouragement. right? We just need just that encouragement by seeing people really doing it. So the other point we're looking at is foster internet in navigations and digital communication skills in any domain now, be it in health fee, be it in IT, be it in customer service, be it in even prison guards. Like in Cameroon, we call it WADAs, right? Be in any of these domains, they are turning digitally. You get to a work environment, you must have a computer, you must log in, you must respond to emails, you must take reports in computer and all of that. Like for example, right now in US, they are trying to get rid of paper applications, get rid of many things that they're going to send you, might be abuse on paper, they're going to send you abuse on this, they are going to send you. So everything they want to kind of like, it's going to be on email. You need to log into an account. You create an account for yourself, and then you kind of keep following from there. So all of these things, this is our goal in order to kind of help people around us to keep going. Introduce basic software and system maintenance, how you can kind of avoid your system to kind of get some malwares on it and stuff like that. We want to introduce all of those things. We want to let everybody, and in this course, we might not actually come and do it ourselves, but then you will be able to do it yourself once you kind of understand what you need to do, you understand where you need to go, right? One of the reasons why that encouraged us to come up with this course, I remember back then when I was trying to get myself acquainted with all of these things as well, we had a lot of difficulties. We had, at that point in time, we had each persons joining in order to kind of get themselves acquainted with all of these basics, because at work, in school, whatsoever thing they are doing, it requires them to kind of be knowledgeable in whatsoever thing relates to computing, just even the basics. So empowering with practical computing skills for everyday use. That this is our objectives, right? And then what you need to learn with us as we're moving forward. Confidence and self-computer operation. And safe, sorry, not safe. Mastering of Word, Excel, and PowerPoint. Effective use of emails and online collaboration tools. Safe browsing, online security, and file management, right? Troubleshooting and basic system upkeeps. So these are, in general, the things that you're going to learn. And again, we are just guiding. It's going to just be basic, and then you go out there, you can do many different things that you want to do, right? Okay. So we are starting completely. Even if you hear as an advanced person in computing, if you hear as maybe a pro, wherever you belong to, but here we are starting from the beginning of computing. I could remember in school right now, even with nursing school kids, they kind of start them what is a computer, right? So if you hear, do not feel bored, do not feel maybe this is what, but that is our services that we're offering here for free. There are others out there that they kind of like need it, right? And then even if you have your kids, you have a system at home that you want them to kind of go through it. This is also good for them. It's not only for adults, but anybody who is willing to. And more especially kids in school right now, they will be very happy to kind of come across this kind of sessions, right? So a computer is an electronic device that processes data according to instructions. So you provide an instruction and it processes that data. As I indicated earlier, right? That even your smartphone is a type of computer. When you text a message, what do? That is, you provide an instruction to that smartphone. Once you provide that instruction to that smartphone, oh, you want to call somebody, you go ahead and you provide that instruction to that smartphone. You want to send information to somebody, or you're sending an email, that is providing instruction to that smartphone to act according to your will. So an electronic device that processes data according to instructions, transforming information to help us work, communicate, and create. Right? Now, we don't only want to end there for that definition as a computer, but you can equally have a device that processes data and performs tasks. A device that processes data and perform tasks, right? The next options you can also think of: used for communication, work, learning, and entertainment. All of these things, we have them around us, right? All of these things, we use them every day. But if you ask most of those people that use this device, even the highest people that sometimes use this device, like a smartphone, every day they're on smartphone, they will not tell you what that smartphone is. They will not tell you the purpose of that smartphone, what it does. Right? So if you look at this here, this is a device. This is a monitor. This is a monitor. That's a desktop, right? This one here is a desktop, and this is a processing unit known as a CPU. And here, this is a mouse that you use in order to move around. Like right now, this is my mouse. This icon here, that's my mouse. As I'm using to do all of these things, that's my mouse, right? This is what I'm using here, right here. And then here, this one here, that's a keyboard. That's a keyboard that you use now in order to input instructions into this computer. These instructions, once you use this keyboard now, you input your instructions. And now once you input these instructions now, it goes through this CPU, it processes it, and it gives you a result on this monitor. Same thing with your laptop. Your laptop your laptop has all of these things embedded in it, right? It has all of it embedded. The CPU is embedded in it. You only have one screen and where to type, your keyboard on it as well. That is how the laptop operates. Everything is on it. Your smartphone, you have all of these things also embedded in it on your smartphone. And this monitor you see here and everything you see here, this is the kind of the recent devices. But before, it kind of looked like a small box, right? So you will see different kind of, if you want to go back before our generation right now, let's say 10 years, 5 years back, you will not see it look like beautiful as it is right now. Now, I have a link here that I'm going to open this, and I'm going to share this link as well in a group chat that will help every other person you want to go through it. Each time you will be able to go through it, right? So this is a link where if you have this link at your disposal, it will help you a lot. Remember, as I said earlier, this is just a guide. We will not go into detail, right? It is just a guide that it guides you on certain things, but we will not go too detail. But with these links now, you'll be able to go detail. You'll be able to learn more about basics about computing. So here, this is computer fundamentals. You have here computer. Here it is. Here it talks about what is a computer, and it gives you many different stuffs here. And then if you come down here, you have many other things again to talk about it. You have the input, process, output, and stuff like that, right? It gives you the step-by-step on some of those things, advantages of a computer. You go further, you also have disadvantages of a computer, right? So basically, we're just trying to start to the list and building from there. Building from there. So let's keep on moving. So now we have hardware components of a computer. Hardware components of a computer. What is a computer hardware? Computer hardware refers to the physical part of a computer system. The components you can see and touch, those are the hardware part of a computer. These parts work together to allow the computer to operate, process data, and perform tasks. Right? Example includes the motherboard. We have the CPU, referred to as a central processing unit. You always hear, maybe at work, you hear somebody keep saying, my CPU, I'm running out of CPU or whatsoever thing. So the CPU, it stands, the full meaning is central processing unit, which is, this is a CPU here. As I mentioned earlier, right here, that's a CPU. This one right here is a CPU of this desktop. All right. So we equally have the hard drive or SSD, the hard drive or the SSD, which is used for storing, right? Graphic card, we have power supply, we have ventilation fans, we have keyboard, mouse, monitor, we have webcam, speakers, and printers. All of these, they are hardwares of a computer, right? Categories of hardware. Categories of hardware. They are divided into two main categories. This hardware process that, or this hardware that we're talking about, it's divided in two main categories. We have internal hardware components. These are the parts inside the computer case. The part inside the computer case. That's internal internal components. There are parts inside the computer case, which is the CPU and the RAM. Now, that's what it's in here. That's the internal component. It's in here in this central processing unit. The CPU is inside this computer case. And then now, if we move further, you will notice here, we'll also talk about external hardware components. The external hardware component, these are the parts outside the computer case. The part outside the computer case, that's the external, which is just this part out here. The external part is just this part out here, right? And even these ones, that are the external computer components that we can see and we can touch them, right? Okay, moving forward. So these components, let's look a little bit detail about these components, but we little bit detail of it just to see some of these things we have available. We have external components, which these external components, we have monitor, which is what I showed earlier. And here, this is a monitor, right? This is a monitor that displays the information. So even your laptop screen, that's a monitor that displays those informations to you, right? So you can think of any other thing that that displays these informations. Even your TV at home, you can use it as a monitor to maneuver things around. So we have keyboard, which input text. The keyboard, it inputs your text right here. You type whatever thing you need. It inputs that text. Now, once you input that text now, whatever command you give in here, it displays that command now to this monitor. It displays to this monitor. All right. Now, the next thing is the mouse, which helps you now to kind of read stuff within that monitor to go to kind of point. You can use that as to point to left, right, center of your screen, whatever thing you're displaying, right? Or to read those stuffs. That's the mouse here. And then we have the CPU tower. We have the CPU tower. That one, it's right here. And the same thing I showed on that previous slide, that's the CPU, right? And then the purpose of external hardware. The purpose for external hardware is for what? To input information, to receive output, communicate with the computer. It enhances users' experience. So, why do we say it enhances users' experience? If your computer is so slow, if you have a computer like this desktop and you don't have the mouse that you'll be able to run things around, you will not be able to maneuver with your desktop. Right? That's what we're referring to as the enhanced users experience. You'll not be able to give a command that will print here. You'll not be able to kind of connect to your webcam. The webcam, it's the camera that you have in your laptop, the camera that you might have external to your desktop and whatever. Even your phone, your smartphone, the video, once you're doing a video or whatever thing, those video it refers to as a webcam as well, right? So you will not be able to enhance all of that. And then you equally have speaker. Speaker here is equally a hard drive, external hard drive. You have headset or headphones. You need all of these to be able to communicate with the computer, right? Okay, let's keep on moving. Is there any question or concern? If there's any question or concern, if you want to ask, you can unmute yourself and ask. If not, you can text in the chat. Internal components. So all of these things we're talking about, it's in this link that I'm going to share after this session. I'm going to share that in a group chat. It's in this link. If you go detail, there are a lot of things on here, a lot, and well detailed, right? So here we're just summarizing this stuff so that we don't waste a lot of time. We're almost to the end of the session. So internal components, we have CPU process instructions. We have, okay, let's understand what is here, right? We have CPU. And what does the CPU does? It processes instructions. We have RAM, which is temporal memory. The RAM is a temporal memory in a computer. And what does the RAM do? What does the RAM do? We have this. This does not store data for long. The RAM in a computer does not store data for long. That is where once you're using a desktop, it's always advisable if you're typing, constantly have the notion to type and save. If you're in an environment where power ceases, immediately the power ceases, because once you're typing and you've not saved, those information resides in a RAM. Those information resides in the RAM. And once there is the power failure, instantly you lose all of those informations. But if you're using a laptop that have a power supply, you can do that, but still it's not still advisable. If that laptop have some malfunction and it goes off, you lose those information. So you must be saving once you type in. Once you type in those information, you inputting those information, it resides in the RAM, which is a temporal memory. And this does not store data for long. When the computer is shut down before saving the data, all data will be lost. All your data will be lost. That's for the RAM, right? So the next option, we have storage, which is an internal component. Internal component, we have storage, which is a hard drive or SSD. And then we have a motherboard. If you look at it here, this is a motherboard if you open a laptop, if you are able to open a laptop, you see something like this. You must see something like that. Even your smartphone has a motherboard as well. That once you're able to open it, you see something small there, which is the fan. This is a fan in a motherboard, and many different options here that you can think of, right? It's all related to that motherboard in your laptop or in your smartphone or in your desktop. Even once you dismantle your TV, if you open that up, you will see a motherboard inside. Now the processor, Right here, this is the processor, right? It looks like this. In all of these devices that we're referring to as a computer, you will have something like this. In some will be bigger because of the sizes, in some will be smaller because of the sizes as well. That's what I'm referring to. Your laptop, your smartphone, your TV, and all of that. It has all of these things embedded. We have the RAM here. This is how the RAM looks like. This is how the RAM looks like. That's the primary memory, the RAM, right? And then power supply. This is where you'll be able to have energy in your the desktop. You will be able to have energy in your laptop. You'll be able to have energy in your smartphones. Your smartphone, once you're charging it, it has cables connected to it into the system, right? The same thing. Your desktop, it has cables connected to it into your system. So it helps you to charge everything. Okay. So some other internal components as well. We've talked about, if you look at it here, you'll notice there's a right up here. It says internal hardware internal hardware. It means the hardware that is inside the computer case. That's the internal hardware. And then they give some example. This is just a screenshot or I took from Google as well, right? This is just a screenshot. It's similar thing, the same thing. If you go out there, you go to your Google, you just type internal hardware of a computer. You see tons of them. They will show you tons of them. Even external hardware, you will see tons of them. Some that are not listed here. So let's talk about input and output devices. Input and output devices. We have the input device as keyboard and a mouse. For example, it's not limited to what we're seeing here, but there are many out there, right? If you search, you will see many of them out there. But this is just an example to showcase an input device and output device. We have a keyboard, we have a mouse. Here's a keyboard. If you look at your laptop has a keyboard. If you look at your desktop has a keyboard. That is an input device. And then you have a touchpad as well. That's an input device. You have your mouse here as an input device. Then output is the monitor, a printer, right? The monitor, a printer, that's an output device. It displays those informations, those requests that you use a mouse to input those requests, those instructions. Then it acts now accordingly to your instructions. Now it displays those informations to you. The same thing with your smartphone and every other thing. It displays those information to you. You have a speaker. You input and information that you want to play music. You want to display something, whatsoever thing you're doing. It gives you those informations as an output. The printer, it gives you those informations as an output. Okay. Now, because of time, I'm not going to go through. I had some because right now the theoretical part for today we are done with the theoretical part for today, and with this session, this is something that we would have done it physically, but we are not physical. We're just doing this thing online. If we were in a location, we will actually go to a lab environment. We will have our mouse, desktop, monitor, motherboard. We'll be able to see them and touch them and walk around with them. But because of the limitations, because we are doing this online, I have some videos that will display some of those things that you can go after this session. These videos, they are just 1 minute, I believe. Let me go with this one first. Okay. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Joyce, if the video can display sound, let me know.
It's not displaying sound, it's displaying, but it's
Does it display sound?
No.
Okay, then I will share that in the chat. It was supposed to display sound for you guys to hear. But since it's just about 1 minute, I will still allow it to display the information that is displaying right now. I believe the recording is also capturing the sound. So if anybody is going through this recording, you'll be able to go through to listen to it and all of that. So it's just 1 minute and 47 seconds. All right, so this is just displaying. Can you guys hear me? So this is just displaying information regarding the CPU, how it process and it process informations and any other thing that you can input into your computer system, right? Okay. What happened? It just freezes out. So these are the informations that we have for you today. And I'm going to share each of those various videos that I have available that displays those CPUs and motherboard and all of that. And equally, I will share some assignments that I would love everybody to kind of go through it and then write any little thing about the CPU, the motherboard, and whatever thing that you understand on this session. All right. And then present that in a group for us to go through. If anybody is serious to kind of take this through, or if you have your kids that you want to join, you want your kids to join this session, you're welcome to do so. And as we said before the beginning of this session, we said we offer other items aside the free course. We can help you write a resume. We can help you for PowerPoint presentation if you have end of year calls coming. If you have a defense comings and whatever thing, we can help you do that, right? We can equally help you to apply jobs and many other things that you want to do. So the only thing is we are just a phone call away, we are just a text away. Just give us our information and then we'll be able to help you do that. But with those ones, it comes with a little bit of service. But these ones for 3 months, it's free of charge. And afterwards, we actually have another 3 month sessions. Just think of it. If you want to, right now, if you want to kind of have yourself in an IT school or in an institution, what you need to do, it's you have to pay a huge sum of money, right? For fees and all of that. It's not easy. So if you want to continue with these sessions, just reach out to us. If you have any questions, concern, let us know, right? Let us know in a group chat. Let us know in any other thing that you want to reach out to us. Okay, so aside that, we've already mentioned, we equally have graphic designs. If you want to design your birthday, you want to design your married flyers, you want to design whatever thing, just reach out to us as well. We do offer all of that. So these are the videos. I'm going to send out a video relating to RAM. I will send out a video relating to hard drive. These videos, the highest should be 7 minutes. the higher should be several minutes. So it's not going to take a lot of time, a lot of your time, right? So that's what we do offer. And then if there's any question, concern, if you want to ask now, that is fine. If you want to ask during in Facebook page, if you see this video in Facebook, you want to ask a question, go ahead and post a question on a comment. We'll be able to respond to you. Go ahead and post a question to, or maybe you can go through Messenger. We'll respond to you. Instagram will respond to you, and we equally have our number on Facebook and our email, as I said earlier. And then this is the assignment. I just want to capture that as well on the video, so that once we send out the video, any other person who is doing this and wants to even do it on your own spare time, you can also go through this. So the assignment that I want for each person who have attended this session today, and you're willing to move forward, you're willing to kind of help yourself or help your kids, this is what I want everybody to do, right? The first week, that's assignment for week 1, computer hardware reflection. Which component was easiest to find if we were in physical, right? Or to understand, and why was it easy to you, right? We want to know what you've learned so far. Did it reflect to you? Did you understand something? And what is it there that you want us to kind of explain? What is it there that you want us to talk about? These things can lead you to kind of, you become a networking guy, you become a technician in computing, and whatsoever thing you want to do, it will help you. This is the basics that we're starting with. Which component was hardest to identify or understand, and why? Right? What new thing did you learn about inside of a computer? So this is all about today's session, and we'll see you again next week, same time. But then if there is any changes, we'll communicate that in a group chat. If there's any concern, we equally communicate that in a group chat, and then do where to reach out at any given time. If you want a different service that we do offer from this one, do where to reach out to us. We are always available 247 to respond to you. If there's no other question, no concern today, then we end our session for today. We meet again next week, same time. Joyce, do you have anything to say?
For now, I don't have anything. I think for the class of today, everything was well handled, and seems nobody have questions. Does it mean everybody understood everything that was said?
If there's no question, probably they want to digest this and then ask a question in a group chat or anytime.
Okay
Yeah.
then.
All right. See you guys next week.